We know some people have been struggling to afford rent during the pandemic, but what happens to the landlords with these properties? Tonight we hear from a local property management company who shares how the moratorium has affected them.
All of a sudden, it was going to change again right at the last second, and so it was pretty frustrating.
Once again, landlords will have to navigate new territory, learning what a bridge on the eviction moratorium means for their tenants who can't or won't pay rent.
The Bill 5160 has said that the moratorium was going to end on June 30th, and then we were finding out that they were going to extend it, but everybody was literally getting everything ready.
Kevin Glenn with IHS Property Management in Kennewick also sits on the Benton Franklin Rental Owner Association board. He says the eviction moratorium has caused a myriad of issues for owners.
They weren't getting the rent in, but they still had to service the mortgage, or otherwise they were going to get foreclosed on, and they would just have to sell their property. At the same time, property taxes, insurance, maintenance costs, materials, everything's been going up exponentially. The money they're making off the property is not a lot. And some of them are starting to go negative cash flow.
And for the renters who do seek assistance, Glenn says the process isn't easy.
It was cumbersome. You had to dig, and you had to, lots of documentation you had to help support, and I had to help that resident gather their documentation and get it turned in.
So what does Inslee's bridge mean? Come August 1st, tenants will have to start paying rent, have a landlord-approved payment plan, or be actively searching for assistance. As for unpaid rent, there's federal funding available, but getting it out to people who need it has been a slow process.
One of the problems that's happening there is you may get approved to get the rental assistance, but you don't know when you're going to actually get the check and get the money because they have. And
it hasn't been all bad. Kevin says there have been some positive changes in how they do business when it comes to SB 5160. They're just hoping come September 30th, when the bridge ends, tenants are prepared.